My name is David. I grew up with social anxiety and lost 2 decades of my life because I let social anxiety control my life. But after working on myself and exposing myself to people, I got a bunch of lessons. I wish that I had these videos in our channel so that I was able to overcome my social anxiety years ago. And if you want to be less anxious around people and just be good at talking to people, this is the right channel for you. This happened to me literally last week. I work in a restaurant. I am heading out to the kitchen to grab food so that I can bring it to the tables. As soon as I walked in, I see that one of my coworkers is in here. He sees me, he's like, yo, what's up, bro? And then he said this. I feel like we've been getting closer and more connected lately. And I looked at him and I was like, oh, really? You think so? And he said, yeah, that's how I feel. And I said, yeah, bro, I think that's true. And then I grabbed food and left the kitchen. But as I was leaving the kitchen, I just thought to myself, man, this secret technique really worked. Because I knew that he felt like that, not because I am an awesome person or I'm the most interesting person in the world. He felt like that because I applied a secret technique that I'm gonna talk about on this video. Notice this, right? I feel like we've been getting closer and more connected recently. I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but I'm gonna sound like a totally asshole here. He was the only one that was feeling like that. And the reason why is because he told me about a story and how he got caught having sex with a girl from a party, right? So that's why. But the thing is, what made him feel a connection was the special way that I made him feel and how I was listening to his story. And that's all I did. I just listened in a super powerful and special way, and he felt a connection. I didn't have to tell him about anything about my life or my stories or my sexual fantasies or any secrets or things that I've done in the past. I didn't have to talk. I didn't have to say anything. I just listened to him in a very powerful way that made him feel special. And this has been powerful even when my social skills were not that great, or even when I would be anxious or awkward around people. This was good because instead of worrying about running out of things to say or thinking about how to make a conversation interesting, I would apply this and people would love me and people would want to spend time with me just because I listened to them. Even as someone that was awkward, even as someone that had social anxiety, people wanted to spend time with me. People loved me just because I knew how to listen to them. So I've read books about charisma, and these 2 books, right, that are super popular. And the 2 things that I know that I need to do when I'm talking to someone is I just gotta make this person feel special and make this person feel listened. This happened months ago in the same place. The restaurant where we work, we have a big fire pit. So every time I work there, I am the one that has to lead the fire pit. So I gotta put wood, I gotta bring the gas, the tank as well, so that we can get the fire pit lit. And as I'm walking toward the fire pit, I noticed that there's a couple chilling and hanging by the fire pit. I was a little nervous and a little anxious to ask them how they're doing because I was like, oh, they're gonna think that I'm weird if I ask them how they're doing. They don't even know me. I still did it. I was like, hey, how are you guys doing? They said, good, we're enjoying the property. Enjoying the property. Is it your first time here? And they said, no, we've been here before. Oh, you guys have been here before? Yeah, we live like 10 minutes away from here and we didn't expect that this place was here. This place is beautiful. And then I say, yeah, this place is beautiful. Wow, so you guys live like 10 minutes away from here? Yeah, we live pretty close. We've been married for like 20 years. Wow, 20 years? That's a long time. And then they started talking about their lives, their marriage, their lives as a couple, about their kids, their son and everything. And then I said to them, yeah, right now I'm just helping the waiters to like clean the tables and all of that. But soon I'm gonna start serving and I'm gonna be a waiter, and I'm excited because I can get to talk to people. It's a different role, so I'm really excited for that. And then she said, you should. Your social skills are on point and they are really, really good. I feel like you're gonna be a great waiter because you're really good at talking to people. This is just crazy, right? I was nervous and I felt awkward, but noted that she said your social skills are on point and they are really good. And I just listened to them in a very special way, right? There's something that I learned when I used to take sales calls, which is called mirroring. What that is that basically people love things that are familiar to them, right? So for example, if you or if I had to live in a different city, I would feel overwhelmed, anxious, weird, because I am not familiar to the city, right? However, if you are in the same place where you lived for like years, you love that place, not because it's a beautiful place, but it's because it's familiar to you, right? That's how humans being work. So that's why mirroring is effective, because what I do is that I make them feel familiar. And the way that I do that is just by copying what they're saying. And that's what I did, right? And this is what I did. I repeated the last 3 words of the sentence. They said, good, we're enjoying the property. And then I said, oh, enjoying the property. Is it your first time here, guys? And then they said, yeah, we live 10 minutes away from here. We never expected that this place was here. This is a beautiful place. And then I said, yeah, this is a beautiful place. Wow, so you guys live 10 minutes away from here? Notice how I copy what they said. And when I did that, just like you said, she was like, wow, your social skills are great. Just because I copied what they were saying. I mirror what they were saying. And I tend to do this by also copying their body language. So if they have their arms are closed, or if they are sitting like this, I just copy them. And when I do that, they feel familiar, they feel welcome, they feel like I'm not a stranger anymore, and people will actually love that. So by doing that, not only they feel listened, but they also felt like that I'm just like them. They feel familiar. And not only that, but it also makes them talk more and talk more about themselves, which is what we want. The more that I have made people talk about themselves, and more that they love me. And that's what I've seen. Like, I've seen that, like, especially lately, that people are just like been telling me, like, dude, like, I love to spend time with you. They don't know why. I do. I know why, right? So that's why, because this is super effective. But the mistake that I would make is to be super overwhelmed and overthinking about what were the last words that they said to me. Oh my god, so she said, I've been going to this place lately and X, Y, and Z. Okay, what were the 3 words, right? If you go through this and you want to apply this, and if you are overthinking about what were the last words, this takes practice, right? So if I am overthinking about what they said, if I'm not really paying attention, I don't do it, because I'm gonna hurt the conversation by not paying attention to them, and they will eventually notice this. The second thing has been working super good for me, which is I just sit down in a relaxed way, I make eye contact and take deep breath as they're talking to me, right? So let's say someone is talking to me. Let's say I'm talking to you right now, right? I'm just gonna take deep breath and nod, right? I just gotta nod and listen to you and repeat the last 3 words that you just said, right? Oh yeah, so yesterday I went to the mall. Oh, so you went to the mall yesterday? Yeah, so I went to the mall. You see, so like when I repeat the last 3 words, they just keep talking about themselves. Yeah, I went to the mall yesterday. Oh, you went to the mall yesterday? Yeah, I went to the mall yesterday and I saw this person that was, oh my god, and they keep talking about themselves, right? So the best thing that you can do, and the best thing that has been working for me, is to take deep breath and just make eye contact, right? So just nod them and be present and just listen to them. That has worked significantly, like really good for me. And this helps me to be present, and this helps me to actually listen to the other person. And the more that I do that, the more that I take deep breath, the more that I'm relaxed in a conversation, instead of thinking just like I used to, am I being awkward? Am I nodding too much? Is my tone inadequate? What should I say next? I just fucking listen, right? And I'm just present, and people notice that. And this reminds me of the time that I started to hanging out, and I started to talking to one of my best friends, and I analyzed him, and I was like, what made this guy be super likable by me and other people, right? I was kind of like studying this guy, right? And I was analyzing him, and I was like, what made this guy be super likable by a bunch of his friends and by me himself, right? And there's this thing. The way that he listens to people is super powerful. Not only that, another thing that I've seen that this guy does, and another thing that has been working super well for me, is to ask people and basically make people talk about the thing that they just told you. That I've been doing is asking people why, right? In other words, is what are the reasons behind people's actions. I no longer want to go to this gym. There's a hidden reason behind that. Why? Oh, why? What or what made you change? Or what made you think about that? Or how? Or, you just make them talk about what they just told you. I want to go to this college. There's a hidden reason why. You just gotta find it out. Oh, why? Oh, what made you go to this college? What made you take that decision? Oh, what are you doing about X, Y, and Z? I want to start doing X, Y, and Z. Why? What is making you do X, Y, and Z? Why do you want to do X, Y, and Z? How is this gonna change your life? How is this gonna change the way that you're currently doing things, right? So the more that I've asked people how or why, the more that I basically just make people talk about based on the thing that they just told me, the more that they just open themselves up, and the more that they feel special and listen by me. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming more interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. So the action step is when you're talking to people, when you're having an interaction with other people, practice the mirroring technique. Either body language, either they're sitting like this, right? You just copy their body language and copy the last 3 words that they said, or the words that they basically said on that sentence, right? I don't like to go to the gym because there's a lot of people. Oh, so you think that there's a lot of people? What gym do you want to go to, or what do you have in mind, right? So that just mirror what they just said, and they take deep breath and actually be relaxed when you're talking to them, right? Take deep breath, to be present, and just listen to them, and they actually will notice that you are, one, be present, and second, you're listening to them. And last thing is make people talk more based on what they just told you, right? I don't like X, Y, and Z. Why? What made you hate this place, or why do you hate this place, right? And then basically, if we can summarize this, is listen to people like a therapist. And the more that you do this, the more that you will be able to have more friendships and people that love you.